The Fair by Grae. We've all been there. A night on the tiles, dancing shoes on, tarted up like a Gregg's donut at the front of the display. And innocent enough, we swally, or so you think. Then, a few hours later, your pounding heid goes, "What the puck did you do last night?" The fear. It's a well-kenned phenomenon. But seriously, what could you really do and forget about it? It's been playing on a loop in my head all morning. I was at my pal Jamie and his birds last night. It wasn't a big one. 3 drinks max. Then I called a taxi home. Lasses can't be too careful and all that. Plus the tube's probably hoaching with the Rona, never mind the vomit-stained night bus. I said bye, went outside and took a few steps to the taxi. I hink. But that's the problem. I'm no sure. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing, and now it's been 4 hours when all I can do is wonder what I could have done in that time. I've texts on my phone. It could have been more than 10 minutes between leaving their house and getting in the taxi. But that's still enough time to kill someone and bury the body. Sweet Mary Joseph and the wee donkey. I didn't ask for these thoughts. They're like maggots. You split one, and the next thing you know, 100 appear, wriggling and squirming their way into your brain flesh. Someone told me it can be an illness. Best no. You didn't just get maggots in your head. There's got to be rot somewhere. Shut up! I shout back at the bursted in thought. I look at my phone. I must have gone to bed as soon as I got in. But what if I did even more damage before then? Oh, I feel sick and stand. I aimlessly wander around my flat and there it is. Out the window, a big overgrown garden that's under lock and key belonging to the neighbours. That's the perfect place to plant a body if you want to be discreet. I look out the window, searching it for any sign of a recent disturbance. There's not. Magic. Then I mind the park up the road. It's awfully dark at night. London twinkles in the distance. The building's filled with more CCTV than you can shake a stick at. But that doesn't exist in Zone 3. You could do just about anything here, and no one would be any wiser. Oh, I'll have to check that wee park later. I walk into the bathroom at the thought. I'm no a violent person, I dinna think. But you didn't have to be one to kill. My pal works on death row in Egypt. She's a psychologist there, and I should have known better than to ask her what kind of bugger kills. They're all normal, she says. When people kill, they just snap. I'm as white as a ghost, and I fear there's one at my shoulder. My eyes fall on my arms. Without thinking, I start to take photos of them. I'm only a wee thing. If I've topped someone, there will be signs of a struggle. It looks clear. Magic. 10 minutes later, I photoed every angle on my body, fanny and bumhole included. You can't be too careful. I sit down at my desk, ignoring the unread messages for work. Dodgy internet connection. That's been my excuse whenever something comes up. My heart drops into my stomach when I scroll through the photos. Not so magic. There's bruises on my arm. Twa. Fingerprint sized. Oh, I think the game's a bogey and I should just haul myself into the police. I find the non-emergency email address. Hello, I type before hinking as quickly as I can on my feet. There's got to be security cameras near enough my street. If I can just get the footage, I can check if I've topped some poor bugger. They'd have to pass at least one camera to get to the area. I can narrow down my list of potential victims. It's a big fucking game of guess who, and I've no idea if I'm in a player. I open another tab. How many security cameras in Clapham Junction? I type into the Google. There's the answer. I go back to my email to the police. I was out last night and someone spiked my drink. I write. I'm scared. Someone assaulted me on my way home. I live at 8 Brown Park Lane. Can you check the CCTV in the area? I hit send. Magic. That's well believable. The police will feel sorry for me and wave their wand to start this. I force myself through my work. I need to check everywhere for this body the night. There's only so many places it could be buried. The police can give me CCTV as a backup. Time passes as slow as a day in the jail, which is something I may need to get used to. But I'm eventually on the train to Jamie's estate. I've the idea what I'll do if I find a body. I'll be as surprised as the next person. I'm 5'4" and no the strongest of the bunch. I couldn't kill a man. It would have to be a ween or a slighter bugger than me. There couldn't have been many, if any, weens around at midnight. My magic keeps me safe. Every thought has a bit of truth to it. Why else would it pop into your head? Maggots pouring out of every vein and artery. Adrenaline focuses me. I film every possible burial location after I step off the train. Garden after garden after garden. I'd be just as upset if it turns out that I've topped some poor cat or dog that got lost in the middle of the night. Dogs have been going missing aplenty since the Rona dropped the hit that no one in their granny asked for. Have you seen this dog? One poster reads, did your family get a new pet during lockdown? Reward for safe return of Sparky. Poor Sparky. Lockdown was safe. I grew to love the wee prison that was my bedroom. Things could only go so wrong then, and I didn't have to use my magic for anything but the net. You can do a lot of damage on there if you're not careful. It's a hot day. I was in such a rush to start searching that I didn't put socks on. My sweaty feet rub against my boots, but I can't stop filming. I can see Jamie's house. He'll think I lost it if he sees me wandering, but it's not like I've got a choice. I can't risk it. It'll go down as manslaughter. It has to. Jesus, the park's hoaching my wains and here I am with a camera. I keep it fixed on the ground. That's all that matters. The dirt, the magic. The park's bigger than I mind it being. I walk up and down, avoiding other folk as much as I can. The ground is soft enough to bury a body. There's mounds of overgrown grass. It's hard to tell if the soil below's been touched. Oh, I feel sick. I cast a brief glance at Jamie's flat. I swear the curtain moves. Maggots. It's just the maggots. Flashes on my other kills go off like a paparazzi camera in the heat. Oh, those nights out I've had. I could have done anything. He said I'm violent. I shake. My feet are blistered. It was self-defence, he said. You wouldn't stop hitting me? It was just a nudge. I was upset. But there's violence in me after a drink, that's a fact. It was more than just the magic voice. The maggots. I didn't think I could hurt a big man, but he said I did. I wish I could remember. What do you mean that folks just snap? Asked my pal on death row. People here, they don't do white-collar crimes. They don't kill because they want money or anything like that. It's crimes of passion. Passion? That's why I hit him. Or so he said. Again and again and again. Someone's clocked what I'm doing, but he looks away when we make eye contact. London's full of mere nutters than you catch on Soaky Hall Street at 5 AM. I hadn't worked out how to use magic back then. I mind back in Glasgow, a couple having a domestic outside St Enoch's station. She got her tits out when he said no one else would want her. Big, droopy langhings. Indecent exposure. A crime if ever I saw one. But she was 3 sheets to the wind and had no idea. She said she was going home. The moment the bus was trundling away, her man told the whole street that she'd got the wrong one and laughed. The park quietens as the sun begins to set. I speed up. I'll need to finish soon if I'm going to have a chance of checking the one near my house and all. I run, powered by this weird magic that makes my anxiety wash over me like a wee beaten pebble on a beach. My phone runs out of storage just before I'm finished round one of Guess Who. I take a deep breath. There's lots of folk around. It'll be okay. I delete photos of my granny that I know I'll never get back. Turns out you'll do just about anything to avoid a life sentence. Someone taps on my shoulder. It's the police. They got to the body before me. The maggots squirm, and I'm out like a light. I come to her in the back of a police car. I start hyperventilating. There's sweeties popping out the glove compartment. I didn't mean it. I pant. I didn't even ken who it was. I'm so sorry. The police's eyes widen. I look at their handcuffs, at their knives. Your friend's really worried about you, one says. What's going on? So, there's no body? The police look at each other. A body? One asks, "Hi, a body. Please help. I've no idea who they are. Just lock me up." "No one is missing," the other says. "You can't have a crime without evidence, you know." I start greeting. The maggots pause. "He said I was violent. I say, the truth spilling out of me. He said I hit him, but I didn't mind it. He hit me, I mind that. And he said it was self-defence, and I'm scared. What if I really am a monster? I was just being careful. I had a drink in me last night, and I can't mind everything." "We're going to get you the help you need." "I'm so sorry. I don't want to waste your time." "It's okay," the other police smiles. "If we didn't help people like you, we'd just be sitting around eating donuts all day." "It's okay," I repeat. I've no said those words since he put his hands round my neck. Donuts. Maybe one day, when magic is just a memory, I'll get tarted up like one and no get the fear.